and welcome to Portland's Tree Lighting Sing-Along presented by Smart Park. Tonight, we'll see how Portland has come together through the square over the last year and get a sneak peek of the exciting in-person events coming to the square this holiday season. We'll also learn how the city's majestic 75-foot Douglas fir, generously donated by Stimson Lumber for the 20th year, makes its way from the forest to downtown Portland. For Portland area students, the return to in-person classes means the return of school music programs. And to celebrate the coming together of students from across the region, Thomas Lauderdale and members of Pink Martini lead us in a very special holiday sing-along. So grab the kids, put on your holiday best, and join us as we ring in the holiday season like only Portland can. You can learn more about tonight's program and find a handy online songbook for the sing-along at thesquarepdx.org. While tonight's sing-along is coming to you in the comfort of your own home, we really encourage you to visit downtown this holiday season. There are so many unique traditions that only downtown can offer. The lights, the tree, the shops and restaurants in the heart of our city that would love to see you. To tell us more, here's City Commissioner Carmen Rubio and President of the Pioneer Courthouse Square Board of Trustees, Paul Andrews.
The square's a really special place for Portland because it's Portland's living room. It's the one place where people come to feel connection to one another, where we have rallies and festivals and celebrations. So it's a place that reminds us of who we are as Portlanders.
It's a place for us to come together. It's so different from anywhere else. It's designed to be a public square, but it's also designed to bring good energy downtown. And it's also a really successful public-private partnership. In the last 2 years, we all saw what it meant when people weren't able to come together. It meant there were very few people on the street. It meant that the activity downtown wasn't what some people would call healthy. And I think it exposed some of the problems that we'd had, even pre-pandemic. We really, I think last summer, started to recognize that we had to create activity. We couldn't wait around. And the square did a good job of trying to get as many things going on downtown as we could. And in doing so, we decided to activate the city by basically throwing colorful polka dots all across downtown. It included over 900 artists and more than 100 locations. And it was basically designed to execute when we couldn't bring thousands of people into one place.
The square plays a huge, important role in arts and culture for Portland. Live performances are the heartbeat of our city, and it's what makes us feel joy. It's what makes us feel celebration and feel connection. And the square has traditionally been that place where we come together for public celebrations.
I think the square is a symbol of hope and a symbol of all that's good in Portland. It's a city full of good people. It's also an incredibly creative city as well as diverse. And it's a place where we can see that on a first-hand basis.
Well, during the pandemic, we saw a lot of our public spaces really close down out of safety and out of health concerns. And now that we're starting to reopen, we're seeing that activation in our public spaces again, and we're feeling that connection. We're feeling the energy of downtown. And now that we get into the holidays, we're even going to see that even more. So I'm really looking forward to feeling that connection with people again.
One thing that we all lost in the pandemic was the ability to be together. And that's definitely a piece that I see coming back. And I think this is a city that's big enough with enough people that can really help, but also small enough that you can make a difference.
Holidays at the square are joyous. They're bright. It's filled with music. It's filled with laughter and families. We feel the excitement in the air of people coming together to really celebrate in community with one another. And so it always gets me excited to see the lights, to hear the music, and to feel the warmth of community.
Decorating a tree in our own living room around the holidays, that's one thing. But how do you put up and decorate a 75-foot tree in Portland's living room? Well, here's how.
Simpson Lumber Company has been part of Northwest Oregon since the late 1800s. We've had an operating mill in Forest Grove since the early 1920s. We currently have a mill in Tillamook and Claskina as well. We own 180,000 acres in the Northwest Oregon area. Right now we're out here on our company property located near the town of Timber on Highway 26. In finding the tree, the perfect tree, first it has to be accessible by the crane, the trucks, so the road has to be wide so that we can logistically pick up the tree, place it on the trailers. Next thing we're looking for an open grown tree, so it grows as evenly as possible. It has as many branches as possible. The tree is 75 feet tall, weighs about 8,500 pounds. Redmond Heavy Haul Trucking, they bring two of their trailers, one for the tree itself and the other for the extra branches. And they get here about 7:30, about an hour later, Ness Campbell Crane bring their equipment, take them to the job site. It's opened up for them and they can get positioned for lifting the tree. Simpson Lumber is part of Sustainable Forestry Initiative. So we are on a sustainable program where as we harvest, we replant the following year. About 35 years ago, this area was clear cut and planted, and we're just completing that cycle. After the tree gets to Portland, Ness Campbell Crane will pick the tree up, stand it vertical inside the stand, and then workers from Pioneer Courthouse Square will begin to assemble the extra branches to give it that full traditional look.
So what we do is we take over 300 more branches off of other trees, put them on brackets, lag them onto the trunk, make it look nice and full. Some of it turns into a guess and check, getting the right branch size into the right hole. And when you get that nice spot and it just goes and moves right into the perfect spot and you nailed the hole you were looking for, it's just so gratifying. I'm a 6th generation Oregonian, and so nothing makes me more proud than being down here in Portland's living room and getting all of these events going on.
This process of bringing the tree from the woods to the city of Portland takes teamwork from many individuals. This year, Ness Campbell Crane, Redmond Heavy Haul Trucking, Scott Land and Timber, Nick Dome's Timber Service, Simpson Lumber Foresters, City of Portland, their Parks Division, and probably a few more that I'm missing, have all contributed to this process. I hope people look at the tree and find a little bit of comfort and joy in it.
As of late, the City of Portland, I think, really needs this tree, and I think it's going to put a lot of smiles on their faces. I'm doing this for you, Portland.
This holiday season, become a part of Portland by giving a personalized brick in Pioneer Courthouse Square. Proceeds of each holiday brick sale supports artistic-free community programming in our city's living room. To give a brick today, visit thesquarepdx.org.
The evolution of COVID-19 has meant another uncertain year for metro area students, parents, and teachers alike. But now that in-person learning has resumed once again, Peak Martini's Thomas Lauderdale wanted to know what it's like for some of our youngest musicians to get back to their craft. So for this year's sing-along, he visited schools, bands, and choral groups from across the city to curate tonight's very special musical program.
Hello, I'm Thomas Lauderdale, and welcome to the virtual 2021 Pioneer Courthouse Square tree lighting. It is an absolute delight to be here in Portland City Hall, new Commissioner of Arts and Parks, Carmen Rubio.
Hello, Thomas. Nice bells.
Thank you, Commissioner Rubio. So, normally, 15,000 people swarm the square, sing holiday songs with my band Peak Martini, and light the tree with Santa and the Mayor. This year, it just doesn't feel responsible to gather in that way, so instead we thought, this is an opportunity to meet the people in our neighborhood.
they cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising their sound, o'er hill and dale, town in their tale. Gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ding, 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 dong, ding, 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 dong, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong.
During these challenging times, your support is needed to keep our city's living room clean, safe, and culturally vibrant with free community programming. Become a member of the Square today to help build a healthy future for downtown at thesquarepdx.org.
Everyone, it is sing-along time, and remember, you can find the songbook online at thesquarepdx.org. Take it away, Thomas.
Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas is you.
Thomas, and thank you to all of the incredibly talented young musicians for those amazing performances. Okay, now that we're all in the holiday spirit, it's time to light the tree. Joining us from Pioneer Courthouse Square, it's none other than Santa Claus. Okay, Santa, let's get ready. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That concludes Portland's tree lighting sing-along presented by Smart Park. Tonight kicks off the holiday season, and we invite you and your loved ones downtown to visit the Portland Bazaar tomorrow, followed by Portland's public menorah lighting on Sunday. And for even more musical cheer, join us for the 30th annual Tuba Christmas Concert presented by IKEA Portland. Visit thesquarepdx.org for a full calendar of events and more information. And a very special thank you to Thomas Lauderdale, China Forbes, Pink Martini, and all of the schools, students, and musical directors who made tonight's sing-along possible. And thank you again to all of our generous sponsors: Smart Park, Nordstrom, IKEA Portland, Portland Mall Management, Stimson Lumber Company, Redmond Heavy Hauling, Ness Campbell Crane, Portland Parks and Recreation, KGW, The Oregonian and Oregon Live, and Kink FM. Be sure to visit thesquarepdx.org to learn more about how you can help keep wonderful community traditions like tonight's holiday sing-along happening in the heart of our downtown. Happy holidays from all of us here at KGW. Good night.